East Thursday night. How much have you guys changed defensively? Just obviously the comfort of the system, but maybe also some of the length and athleticism you have now, especially with that sort of pack line style you guys want to play. How much different do you think you are this year?
Like you said, the London athleticism plays a big part in it, and I just think having a year under our belts, we know what to expect, so we're able to communicate that across to every other guy. And I think as we have a better understanding of it, it's easier to do it because the more you do something, the better you get at it, obviously.
Juwan, as you look at this team, the season opener tomorrow, what makes it maybe possibly a better team than some of the most recent ones you've had? What do you like about this team right now?
I just think top to bottom, we're a lot more competitive amongst each other than we have been in recent years. But at the same time, I just think that there's just an understanding of what we need to do as far as the defensive and offensive side of the ball goes.
Hey, Juwan, you had 6 points in the first half in the Southern Indiana game. Then you had 6 points in the first 2 minutes after halftime. Looked like they were looking for you a lot more coming out of the break. Also looked like you were demanding the ball more. So did they talk to you about that at halftime, or is that just the way it developed?
Yeah, Coach Flynn came and talked to me. He said to stop trying to facilitate and just to go out there and get it. And then, so that's kind of what you saw early in the second half. And I think also when I do play with that aggressiveness, just trying to get the ball, it opens up things for everybody else because teams have to worry about me not getting the ball, and that opens up lanes for everybody else to drive and shoot.
How much of an adjustment has that been for you? I mean, you were such a big piece of this team's offense last year, and I'm sure you will be again this year, but all of a sudden you got a guy like Romeo around you. Justin's a year older. We saw, I think you guys knocked down 11 3-pointers last season. What's the adjustment, I guess, been, or the balance maybe been for you to strike between being aggressive with your own game and wanting to be aware of creating for other guys offensively?
I don't think it's really changed my game at all. I think in being aggressive, I am helping people with their own game. I think with me being aggressive, it takes the pressure off other people because if I'm not being aggressive, then teams are like, oh, he's out of it, and can go key in on other guys that are having good nights. So I think just consistently keeping that throughout the entire game.
How much more challenging is it right now with a lot of guys banged up, and in terms of practicing this time of year?
It's a little challenging, but at the same time, we can't let up. It's next man up mentality. We have to always be ready, regardless of who you are, to get in and play. And I just think with injuries, we'll get those together. But as far as the guys that are healthy, we have to continue working forward.
Juwan, along those same lines, who are some guys that you've really seen step up, in practice and kind of make the most of some of those opportunities that have opened up with some of those guys banged up?
Rob, I would say, made a big thing for his opportunity. I would say Johnny did also. Cliff has been great in practice, really showing his athleticism, being able to block shots, blocking pretty much everything. Justin's attacking more. Jake is getting a lot more comfortable within the offense and defense. Everybody has their own things, but I would say those are the main ones that have stuck out to me.
Juwan, apologies for this one, because I'm sure you've answered every possible question about Romeo at this point. But first off, we hear a lot about just how easily, I guess, he's dealing with sort of the pressure of coming in with all the hype he's got. What have you seen from him in terms of how he's handled that, and just what's he like in practice? Just what have you seen him improve on, and how have you what's he just generally like in practice situations?
I don't think the pressure got to him at all. I think he's here to play basketball just like the rest of us. I think he's really just accepted it for what it is, and he's gonna make mistakes. I think that was the hardest thing for him, learning that he will make mistakes. And I think coming in, Zach was guarding him, and Zach's like the best defensive player on the team, and Zach was kind of pressuring him, taking the ball from him a couple times. And I think he learned that he's gonna have to go against that night in and night out. And I think as time went on, he's gotten better and more strong with the ball, and just his overall game has gotten a lot better.
Well, last year you were kind of thrust into the leadership role, some of the early departures and whatnot. This year you are one of the de facto leaders, without a doubt. How's that changed from being that leader last year to this year? What are you doing differently? How are you approaching it differently?
I would say I'm accepting it more this year. Last year I didn't accept it really until halfway through the season because we had guys like Rob, Josh, and Colin. But this year, like you said, I don't have any choice really, and I've accepted it and for what it is, and then whenever practice is down or whatever, the coaches always come to me and Zach first, and we're always the ones that have to get the guys going. And I just, just accepted it.
I guess to follow up on that, some of the other guys have said you're not afraid to challenge them at practice as much as you're willing to talk about it. What does that look like? And I mean, how much of that is maybe just your personality, and how much of it is you trying to set an example as a leader?
I would say a lot of it is my personality, just who I am. Regardless of who you are, I don't think anybody will ever be better than me. I mean, obviously there are people that are better than me, but that's just my mindset, and that's just the motivation I have going into everything. And it was like last week, I think I got switched off onto Rob, and I heard Coach Brew telling Rob to go at me because I was big, and then like that just made me not want to let Rob score at all. And then as soon as the play was over, I was like, Coach Brew, come on now, you can't tell somebody to go at me because I'll stop.
Juwan, Derek Elson's been on staff as long as you've been in Indiana. What's been just the value of him? How do you think he's helped your game, and how do you think he's helped you guys create chemistry?
I think he's helped a lot, just being a guy that's been in Indiana basketball for so long, and also just a guy that was pretty much at the same position as I was. And I just think he's really helped me see things that I'm not seeing out there when I'm playing, and he'll just show me different moves. And we always call him Euro Derek whenever he's giving us advice from how he played overseas, and so I just think that's a helpful thing for all of us.
Not to get too sentimental or anything, but kind of approaching your final home game at Assembly Hall with your senior season coming up, anything maybe stick out to you from your career so far, anything kind of looking forward to getting to experience that home opener one final time?
Just getting my name called out there. I always look forward to that. I always look forward to my shoulder not popping out anymore. That's just something I can't express how happy I am about that, but it's just an amazing feeling just going into it knowing that it's my last go around, and so I have to make the most of it.
You mentioned getting that stop on Rob in practice. Kind of on that same note, do you feel like this is a team that has some bigs and some forwards that can do some switching on defense?
I definitely feel that. I feel like we have the most versatility on defense, just different ways we can play, different lineups we can use, and I just think that's testament coach and his recruiting, but as well as each player and how hard they're working in practice.
I'm sorry, I have to ask about Euro Derek. I mean, what does that look like?
It looks spin moves, up and unders, reverses on baseline, all the dream shakes, just whatever you think it is, that's probably what it is.
All right, Juwan, thank you.
Thank you.